All right, we have head coach George Gelnovatch here with us for his weekly update with the men's soccer team. Coach, just obviously two big wins last week. Tell us about that.
I mean, at this point, wins are important. With our RPI being very, very strong in the top 20, we just need to make sure that we're keeping ourselves above 500 as much as we can. So those two big wins, putting us 2 games above 500, were very big. Also, just some momentum, just some wind in our sails. But in particular, the way we did it on Friday against Virginia Tech really was a breath of fresh air and just some confidence in that particular game. So, yeah, two good games with 2 important ones coming.
You'd had a couple narrow results go against you earlier in the year. It had to be nice to kind of turn that around and get one in overtime for yourself there.
Yeah, it was important. And Marcus Solani DeFour's goal, the first goal, that Virginia Tech game was eerily similar to the Clemson game that we lost, and we were trailing 2-0. And the goal that Marcus scored in the Virginia Tech game, he had the exact same chance in the Clemson game and missed it. So I think it's a sign of his progress, a sign of his confidence, a sign of his development, that in the same situation, same type of thing, probably a tougher environment just with the crowd and stuff like that, just in terms of the pressure, finishes that chance. And I told the guys right as I had that TV timeout, so it was before Marcus scored, that all we needed was 1 goal, and I felt like we'd win the game. We just needed that 1 goal, and we got Marcus, a young talented guy like him, that this time, as opposed to the game against Clemson, has developed since then, has become more confident. He scored Tuesday. I think that helped, scoring against Wright State, and I think that was a big difference in the game.
You talk about the development of Marcus. Really across the board, the freshman class really seems to be coming along, especially a guy like Jordan Porch, who wasn't playing much early in the year and then really has started to get his chance of late. Just talk about their development that you've seen of late.
Yeah, as a group, I think the first-year guys, of which most of the time it's about 6 guys starting, 5 or 6 guys, but as a group, very good. We're very happy with the group. Some guys are developing a little bit quicker or developing more confidence. Marcus is certainly one. Jordan is a guy who has, we've had our eye on him even during the preseason, not knowing exactly where he was going to go this fall, but we felt like he would be a good guy, in the spring to work with, and certainly next year. And with some injuries and things that we had, I think VCU was the first game he started. He started to get more time and more experience, and has taken advantage of it and has done very well. And now, even with some guys healthy, he's in our starting lineup. So we have high expectations for him in the future. Certainly this year, we'd love for him to see him score a goal.
Big weekend again this weekend. I guess they all are this time of year. Talk a little bit about BC and the challenges, especially going up there playing on turf for the first time.
Yeah.
What that'll be like for you. Yeah,
it's a completely different environment for 3/4 of our starting lineup that have not been out there, have not been played on turf. It's probably one, in terms of the surface, because it's turf, one of the biggest advantages in the league, I think. BC has a very good history of winning on that turf field, so it will be a challenge. But I think we have some momentum with these 2 games. I really feel like we have some momentum, and I think we're rested. Like, we didn't have to play a Tuesday game, so we were actually able to take almost 3 full days off, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, almost 3 days, and it has shown in training these past 2 days. We've been energetic, enthusiastic, and so we're going to go into this game with some confidence, knowing that we have some work to do in terms of the conference standings and in terms of the NCAA tournament.